In this video, traders, I want to talk a little bit about the Stockdale Paradox in trading. Stay tuned. Hey traders, thank you so much for joining me. Okay, so this is a pretty unpleasant story, but as with a lot of things in history and life, if we can learn from them and learn lessons, then we can put it in a better position. So let's talk about what the Stockdale Paradox is. And to do that, we need to know who James Stockdale was. The Stockdale Paradox was named after James Stockdale. And James Stockdale was a Vice Admiral in the Navy. And during the Vietnam War, he was captured and held as a prisoner of war. Quite high ranking. He was held as a POW for 8 years, tortured regularly. 2 of those years he was held in leg irons, and 4 of those years, at least 4 of those years, were in solitary confinement. So we are talking a long time in brutal conditions, tortured. I can't even imagine, shot down. The guy's probably been beaten to within an inch of his life as soon as they've captured him. The fear running through his mind of what's going to happen. Tortured because they believe he's got information because he's high ranking. Goodness only knows what kind of torture that was. Held in leg irons for 2 years, so unable to move. God knows the cramps and disease and kind of. Anyway, let's need to go into all that stuff. It's just horrendous, right? But one thing that Stockdale said was there's this paradox that was going through his mind, and it was this. It was first of all, he had to have the discipline. This word again, guys, in trading, the discipline to comfort or confront the most painful facts of your current situation. He didn't say trading situation. He wasn't trading the Dow in solitary confinement, guys. He was in life or death. So from a trading perspective, it's, hey, having the discipline to confront the most painful. Let's talk about Stockdale's situation. So his situation was, hey, I am in the you-know-what. I am in trouble. I could die at any moment. I'm going to be in pain. This is not looking good. I'm stuck here. I need to face this as fact, as a reality. I can't get away from that. Let me face that head on and look at the way to solve this situation or do what I can control. I don't know this, but I imagine what he did is I can't control this situation. I can't control how much pain is inflicted on me. I can't control when I'm released. I can't control when I eat. I can't control any of these things, but I can control how I think about this situation. I can control how I perceive my captors. I can control what I do in the mornings when I wake up, how I think, what are the first things I flood my mind with, how I think when I'm being tortured. All these awful things. We think we've got it. We're like trying to trade better. It's like, come on, think about. Anyway, so from a trading perspective, what does that mean? It's like being disciplined to confront the situation you're in. If you're not a good trader at the moment, confront that. Step up and say, I'm not that good. I'm just not that good, or I am trading dangerously. And it's just having that discipline to be able to do that. Yet, here's the paradox. The other side of this is have massive, unwavering, unshakable belief and faith that you will make it in the end. So James Stockdale, in this awful situation, had the discipline to go, this is a bad situation. I am not in a good, comfortable position here, and it can potentially get a lot worse. I don't know how long it's going to last for and all these things. However, I've got to believe that it's going to get better in the end, because if he didn't have that unwavering belief that it would get better in the end, he wouldn't be able to endure the next day, the next torturing, the next whatever else he was put under, because he just would crumble. His mind would just break. He'd just go delirious. He just would never be able to withstand that. If he didn't believe, he would be at the end, and he'd come out and he'd see the sunshine, and he'd see his wife, and he'd see his children, and he'd see all these type of things. If he didn't believe that, he wouldn't have the strength to keep moving forward and keep moving forward and keep moving forward day after day after day under the most brutal conditions. At the same time, if he just convinced himself all the time that everything's okay, yes, it's fine, it's all fine, and he's being tortured and kept in leg irons and solitary confinement and starved and all this other stuff, his mind's just going to eventually go crazy as well. He's going to go, this is ridiculous. It's not true. It's not true. Nothing's fine. It's hopeless. It's this. So this was such a key point of him to say, right, this is where I am now. This is not good, but these are the facts. This is where I believe we're going to be. Okay, fine. And having that in your mind. So let's flip over to trading now. having that belief that you will get to where you want to be in the end. You have to have that. You have to have that unwavering grip on it and say, no matter how bad things look right now, I believe that I will get through the other side of it and get to this consistency or this level of whatever you're trying to achieve in trading, that goal. And having that unwavering belief has to be there. But at the same time, doing an absolutely honest audit of where you are now. If you are struggling, if you are losing every day, if you're blowing up accounts, the audit has to be disciplined and realistic. Hey, I am not in a good position as a trader. I am trading wildly, I'm trading emotionally, I'm trading without control, I don't have a strategy that works, I'm consistently losing, I don't have any effect, everything, that's assuming everything is bad. You've just got to confront that, because then you look at what you can control. Okay, well, I'm going to do this, 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 and then all of a sudden, tiny little chink just appears and you can just see that light at the end of the tunnel and go, that's where I'm headed. It's a long road, there's a lot to do, but if I'm frank and honest about where I am and I still believe I can get to where I want to be, then things can happen. If you just have one without the other and you're frank where you are and you don't see that kind of light at the end of the tunnel, you don't see that goal, you're going to be just depressed, it's going to be challenging, it's going to be tricky. And if you're constantly living in the fluffy rah-rah, yes, everything's fine, I'm positive, I'm a successful trader and all this type of stuff, and it's a lie, again, it's not realistic. So that paradox is so useful and so important. I know a lot of businesses use it. It's something that's used very regularly throughout the commercial world. And trading, I think, is a perfect scenario for it, because you have to be brutal and honest. You know, and I remember many years ago, just almost not even knowing this, but almost having to go, listen, you're gonna have to be honest with yourself. It's all very well saying I'm a successful trader, I'm a great trader, but you know, in my early years I wasn't. I was an awful trader, absolutely awful trader. And looking back, that was okay, but at the time I thought, my God, I can't do this, what's going wrong? But that frank assessment and going, listen, this needs to be fixed first. This needs to be fixed first. But brutally and honestly and really genuine, but still with the belief that, hey, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there, I'm going to get there. That's the Stockdale Paradox, guys. So maybe something to consider in your trading. James Stockdale, awful situation he was in, but come out with something that's very useful for us in the trading arena. Take care, guys. See you next one. Bye-bye.